Ashtar Command, Behavior in the Federation. Greetings from the Command. Much is said, and environments more integrated with the reality of our existence, about our behavior amid conflicting situations, and the clash of different ideas. Naturally, this is also an agenda item that will be inserted into the first ranks of obligations when we can finally work together for the due improvements on the planet. Diplomacy is something we genuinely value. There are countless races throughout the cosmos, and, more intimately, in the galaxy where Earth exists. There are many groups with whom we have debated extensively about certain issues in the planet's development plan. There are always meetings about important topics, concerning what can already be implemented or not, in the tone of planetary ascension. Considering the numerous variables due to the constantly and fervently adjusting level of planetary consciousness, the difference is that in these meetings, there is no disrespect, rudeness, or raising of voices with tones of oppression, insult, or imposition. There are always disagreements and agreements, and naturally, when a harmonious consensus is reached, we move on to the next topic. There is always a fondness and a genuine desire for collaboration. Hierarchy and behavior in the Federation. Those who have greater expansion and light are always among the main advisors and direct instructors, because, although the hierarchy is not, as it often is on Earth, aboard our ships and meeting centers, there are counselors who are hierarchically respected and honored, like teachers and executive directors of divine plans. Even though the human mind struggles to understand certain dynamics in our organizations and how we deal with certain situations, respect, diplomacy, and honor towards the hierarchy are fundamental points for the minimum harmonious coexistence in our Federation. Understand that when we talk about hierarchy, we are not talking about superiors or ordering inferiors, we are talking about a field where naturally the understanding of the source is broader, and there is unconditional respect for this in our environments. Clearly, no one needs to dictate rules and orders, as there is a natural consensus where everyone knows very well their role, and how far they can go. In meetings, this is always very clear and evident, and even though they exist, and are sometimes heated when it comes to the Earth agenda, it's never like your minds might imagine, considering the earthly reality, where many have a thirst for power and control over others. Even though we know our role and have our responsibilities assured within us, listening to our superiors is always a moment of great joy and jubilation, as we are in constant learning and open to our development. There is always mutual partnership, and even in disagreements, there is respect and brotherhood, and never, under any circumstances, oppression, aggression, imposition, disloyalty, or desire for power. There is a dynamic of speaking and listening. In our debates, there is never verbal or vibrational interruption, because this clearly indicates two things: a desire for domination or fear. As you enter a new phase and we, as your space friends, seek to collaborate, we enter a synergy. You begin to understand the need for diplomacy, for good coexistence. The need to understand the dynamics between boss and leader will be very evident in the daily life of a new society forming from this point. Simply because true leadership is that which genuinely inspires, not just by speaking and giving orders, but by example and goodwill, leading others to a conduct that is always forward-thinking, uplifting, and inspiring. If you want to know about good leadership, notice if it guides you to be better people on all possible levels, or just uses you to meet their more personal needs, often through machinery generating paper money. A real leader has developed deep empathy when they never oppress, but set an edifying example and conduct based on moral and spiritual values. Therefore, in the emerging new society, boss will only exist in the Akashic records of planetary history, replaced by transformative leaders. Challenges and the need for change. This topic is something that will still make many roll their eyes, because messing with patterns and values rooted in a need for power to be is challenging. As we have announced, our arrival will not only bring joy to those who know our real intentions, but will shake the structures of beliefs and understanding of things, because we are not coming first for a party, we are coming first to help organize the house for it. Of course, organizing the house, yes, but never without the residents participating in the organization, and some will not want to change some things around, which will naturally be understandable, considering eons of moral rigidity, but it will be inevitable due to the time for change. Having arrived, when the house's regent, Gaia, needs to heal, we hope that our presence and the opening of our books of conduct will facilitate the understanding of what you really have as tasks on the planet, as well as expand your comprehension of love, of true cosmic and fraternal love, when you can finally, again, associate with the Federation, possessing internally true ethics, diplomacy, and brotherhood, thus ensuring your certification to travel the universe with us, assisting civilizations in development. And this is part of your future, for this is what we do today. It is an immense joy for us to collaborate and serve the Creator throughout the cosmos. We are in constant rejoicing for this. Friends, we know how much your freedom has been curtailed, and how you could better understand life on Earth, and even in the universe, but at the same time as you went through all that, you also demonstrated your strength, which never abandoned you. This is what brought us closer to you, when, in the mid-80s, we began to arrive more effectively at the request of cosmic directors. Yes, we also know there is still much resistance about us and our messages, as well as whether they are truly authentic. Friends, these messages state truths that have often been denied to you by many and other sources, and they stir you because your souls recognize them as truthful. Resuming development and the end of domination the way you have been treated over the last 26,000 years has significantly undermined your ability to discern what is and isn't, as well as you have been deceived by many who dressed as leaders, but were merely non-federated enforcers of enslavement. The time of freedom echoes in the bells of discernment, and you are now taking back the lead in your own development, when those who imprison you are in retreat upon realizing their time of domination has ended. You will still see, for a short time, scenarios that seem like everything continues as before, but we can assure you it's quite the opposite. The more chaos and threats you perceive now, the more you will know they are just the howls of old wolves trying to regroup the pack, even the herd to stay in the lead, but the helm is already under our jurisdiction, and there's nothing that can be done to take back the reins. This is an official message from the Ashtar Command through Neva, our base in South America. Listen to the voice of the Ashtar Command, at this moment, conveying the truth that has been denied to you for many years. As time passes and we deliver more of our messages, more allies join us on the surface and share our reports, aiming to expand the communication network, echoing the call across all of Earth for our other sources to awaken. We now call upon our sources worldwide, and the retransmitters of our messages, to spread them in your languages. Translate, verbalize, and share them, make them reach the continents, where we have many of ours in their physical avatars. This is an official message now transmitted to our representatives on Earth. Each one of you becomes an ambassador of the Federation, when, within the fraternal principles, you understand the unity of creation, and are magnetically grouped in the same field of understanding. Thus, in a snowball effect, dragging others of the same understanding line to the contiguous zone. As the wave and frequency of our approach become perceptible, many at the forefront of global powers are preparing to leave their positions, voluntarily or forcibly, as the generation of new and real leadership is already present. Forgiveness and ascension. There has been turmoil and confusion in the mainstream collective as dense and heavy energies are breaking down. We are in a process of healing and transformation. Patience is required as hearts are still healing. And you are ascending in preparation for the accelerated New Earth energies of 2025. Forgiveness and self is essential for your own ascension, healing, and to fully integrate and reclaim your divine inner power as a sovereign being of the light. Your ascension will always require the trusting of the divine plan and process, the trusting in source, love, light messages, and signs from the higher realms as you are guided, protected, and fully supported by Ascension Light Team. Conscious living involves aligning with the spiritual laws of the fifth dimension, strengthening internal values, and authenticating inner attributes to create a harmonious, balanced, and fulfilling life. Taking time to recharge and nourish yourself, withdrawing from any dysfunction and drama. Finding peace in mindfulness, gratitude, and meditation. The expansion of consciousness is a continuous process as the universe gathers information and continues to evolve. Collective vibrations rise gradually, inner fears diminish, and you experience higher highs and fewer lows. The current planetary system must go through chaos and collapse to rebuild at a higher frequency, which is in accordance to the universal law of evolution. Many ascending souls are currently undergoing a mass internal awakening and cellular restructuring, preparing for higher dimensional existence. Resistance to these higher frequencies can create physical pain and internal discomfort. The entire ascending process itself is inevitable for awakening individuals. Ascension symptoms 4D, 5D assimilation. The process of your transformation is being accelerated at a tremendous pace to fully handle and embody the powerful incoming energies. This is to clear your bodily vehicles of the residual shadow and 3D negative energies. The reason for this is that any and all residual imbalances will create inner discomfort. It can also compromise self in accomplishing a complete transformation and transmutation process. When residing in 4 to 5D, your physical being is operating in the world of the 3D-4D dimensions. Your emotional and mental bodies are trying to adjust to the 4th-5th dimensional experience here on ascending Earth, and your consciousness and higher self are reaching for the 5th beyond dimensional frequencies. Some common ascension symptoms include fatigue, headaches, body aches, flu-like symptoms, changes in sleep patterns, vivid dreaming, dietary changes, anxiety, apathy, heightened sensitivity, emotional ups and downs, increased intuition, and spiritual awakening experiences. Ascending light beings, when you engage with lower energies, negative absorption takes place, and this creates contamination in self-soric fields and crystalline properties. Stabilizing and clearing your fields is important to recenter and return to your natural state of being and light. Energy source. Now is the time to tune out external distractions and delve deeper into the inner self. Amidst the chaos, we remind ourselves that we belong to a higher truth beyond worldly dysfunction. The true source of light and love resides within, not in the outer world. Practicing sending compassion and love to those facing challenges due to disruptions. We can do this from home at any time by radiating positive vibrations to our planet and humanity. Our world craves love and healing. By shifting the focus inward, we can be more effective in spreading love, healing, and positivity. Recognizing that you are in a higher vibration and your past self energies are no longer in vibrational alignment. You are lovingly being urged to move forward to be and create in the new and the now energy. Star seeds play an important role in creating a ripple effect of positive changes. We are in the final cleansing stages of the new Earth, shedding the 2 to 3D paradigm, programming, and transitioning to higher consciousness. Avoiding lower dimensional structures and beings is most important for ascension in self to genuinely take place. We are receiving higher information and light codes in the form of inspiration, inner wisdom, and intuition. Paying attention to the signs and synchronicities as your soul/higher self is constantly guiding you. Star seeds, you are a multidimensional being. This means you can expect your ascension desires to become a reality here on Earth. As you Make your ascension out of the old version of self. You operate at a completely different level of consciousness. You are the new earth and deliberate creators on this planet, creating and manifesting in the new earth energy. Our planet is ascending and accelerating at a much faster pace, presenting excellent opportunities for you to shift into your new and higher conscious timelines, creating your preferred reality here on Earth, connecting to your higher purpose with greater clarity. There is extraordinary potential in all areas of life during this time. In loving and dedicated Ascension service. Source information by Ascension Lightworkers. Saint Germain, the beginning of the new republic. I am Saint Germain, and I come to be with you at this time, in these indeed continuing changing times. But what times are these? What change in time are these? You are right in the midst now of the beginning. As your discussion earlier of the new golden age. Again, but not only of America, but of the entire world. The entire planet is going through a metamorphosis, if you will, a transition. And you are right in the middle of that now, but also know that, as we have said many times, you are the catalyst, you, the light workers, and warriors, the light beings that are here on the earth to move this entire process forward, this entire ascension process forward. But before that can happen, before the ascension can take full swing, you first have to crumble the old illusion. The illusion must fall. And the illusion, my friends, my brothers and sisters, the illusion is falling fast now. You are beginning to witness the advent of the changes coming. In the advent of the new disclosure of revealing everywhere. Starting here, yes, in this United States for America, the beginning of the new republic, and this is the beginning of the new republic, and your president, the one President Trump, knows about the republic. He knows he is the catalyst for this, but he also knows that he is not just for America, even though he says, "Make America great again." It is not only that, he knows it is a bigger responsibility, a larger responsibility, that he has in front of him. Not only to make America great again, but to make the earth great again, to make the world great again, to make everything come together as it needs to, as it was meant to, as you are the ones throughout the galaxy that have come here to be a part of this and to move this expression forward, but not only again of the expression here on this planet, but the expression throughout the solar system and the galaxy. The ascension of the entire galaxy is in beginning process now, because of what you are doing here on this planet, what you came here to do. So allow the process to continue to play out, and yes, do not succumb to fear, do not succumb to any of the control that those that have been in charge in the past but are no longer, but those that hang on, and will continue to hang on with their dying breaths. They will continue to attempt to hold on to control of the planet, control of humanity, but they have lost, and they know it. They at the deepest levels of them, their being. They know they have lost. But they will continue to cry out to hold on as much as they can, but alas, they have failed, and the plan, the great universal plan, is certainly in works right now. Certainly it is in the entire flux of it being right now, to move forward into the next stage, the next phase, if you will. Some have called it the second phase, and that is what you are approaching right now, that second phase. So be ready, but not in fear. Do not allow those that attempt to hold on, attempt to spread fear. Do not allow that to come into you. Know that the illusion is fading, and your new reality that you have come here to create and are in process of continuing to create now becoming the new reality. I am Saint Germain, and I leave you now in peace and love and oneness, and that you continue to move forward, and continue to create the new republic of this United States for America and the world at large. February report, tipping point. Hello amazing beings. First, the latest update following my free workshop on the 13th of January, at the full moon, to boost your 6D ascension and enable our planet to reach the tipping point of 50% light. As you may have heard, the YouTube crashed at 1.11 minutes into the workshop due to an overload, so I then recorded it, and it went up on YouTube an hour or so later. So many of you wonderful light workers supported this effort that together we not only reached 51% but almost 52%. This is how my guide explained it. As a planet, while we were less than 50% light, we were enthralled to the dark. As soon as we reached the golden ratio of 50%, those lower energies no longer had their claws into us. We set ourselves free. Situations and certain people can no longer control or influence us. And now that we have been liberated, we will move more rapidly into the golden future. On the 22nd of January, I was told that we can surpass 52% light if enough people continue to do the meditation on YouTube. On the following day, Merlin and Metatron came in together to talk to me. They said there has been a huge buzz of excitement in the spiritual realms and on Earth about this energy shift, and the whole planet has now dipped into 52%. Some parts of the world have reached 53% light. The light coming in is now so bright it is accelerating the process of Earth's ascension to higher dimensions as we become a multidimensional planet. As ever, it is the task of those who hold bright light to shine it out so that others can see the way up the spiritual mountain. This time now is of great importance to many light workers who have been working so hard for the planet and humanity. A greater number than is realized were actually completing their final exams in this universe during this period. With the tipping point they pass their finals and can move on to a new and higher part of their journey when this incarnation is complete. And if enough of us concentrate our efforts, we can reach 55% light by Easter. Then we really will be on the upswing. On February 7th there is a long-awaited and incredible moment. Have you ever had a big idea, a vision, something amazing you wanted to create or achieve, but never thought was possible? I am not an astrologer, but I'm told that the North Node, Neptune, and Saturn come together to impact us on February 7th, and, under its influence, your incredible dream can become a reality. It can manifest. This is an extraordinary opportunity. Not only that, but the roots of the idea that you plant at this time will grow strong and sturdy as an oak. It is time to start planning and take action. On February 12th is the full moon, and it is the snow moon. It is a time for purification. Archangel Gabriel is looking after this moon. He is helping everyone to release what no longer serves and move to a higher frequency with a new clarity and joy. Wherever there is no Archangel Gabriel presides, people with joy. So remember to give thanks for everything that brings you joy. Enhance your delight in life as spring approaches. I was asked to create a special snow moon meditation with Archangel Gabriel. Do you look for it on my YouTube channel and in my newsletter? The one, the current chaos and our collective power. It is the one. Thank you. You have questions? Yes. I wonder about these air disasters. I wonder about our collective power. I wonder about the acceleration we feel in almost every part of life. Let us speak about the time you are living, for it is at the cause of every one of your wonderings. Acceleration is a well-chosen term. Each part of your life accelerates, and there will be no part untouched. Humanity chooses a quick ascension. This was expected, yet the fallout was not. The quickening shows up in all things human. Once a choice is made, it manifests at breakneck speed. This is due to both the choice and the energetic in which it is made. We will explain so that comprehension occurs. I am receiving it all at once. It is coming in completely formed. Yes. Would you talk about what you see? I'll try. What I see goes back to the beginning. The controllers who ran the earth had to follow a method. First, there was exposure to what they wanted. This had to be maintained so that there was belief. belief on our part. We had to believe that this reality they presented was the only real one. Belief often accompanied fear. Humanity followed orders and rules and belief systems out of fear. These controllers were brutal. They used the moniker of religion to cover a multitude of sins. Human sacrifice was built into the system from the start. Systems, rules, and obedience created a world of order, more or less. The controllers kept that order in place with fear. Go on. There is so much coming in. This concerns creation, which has been on my mind lately. The controllers understand the genie in the bottle. It is us, our thoughts and beliefs are creative. It is why they only need to create the culture. They did not have to physically enslave all of us to get us to do what they wanted. We do whatever we believed was right. We learned what was right from them, from their control systems. They taught us to follow their rules in order to win the prizes they told us we should want. Manifesting was not magic, according to them. It was the result of hard work, dedication, and following very specific steps. These steps followed rules and institutions. Rules and institutions that were put in place by them. So, we did follow those steps and we'd see our dreams pop into our reality after a good deal of time passed. Creation was slow. In the current energy, it's not slow. The reasons for that are many, yet at the top of that list would be that the controllers have lost control. In these last 5 years, we've all seen the naked emperor. We have noticed a lie. This did something to our creative juices. We no longer follow any specific rules. The controllers have lost their stranglehold on the race, and we're sort of running wild. This means our thoughts are all over the place, and there is a good deal of scrambling. All of us are reaching for something, without looking for the control systems to give it to us, or tell us what it should be. This consciousness rising is turning the tide in our reality. Creation feels instantaneous. We see synchronicities everywhere. We are also talking about them online, and verbally. There is so much power in our collective creative ability. This is what the control systems have attempted to harness for their own benefit for generations. We haven't fully accepted responsibility for this yet, and so it feels as if no one is in control. It looks that way too. There is so much blame. There is also unfocused fear. All of this is powerfully creative. Yes. What occurs for the race now is a reset. This feels turbulent and unleashed. It feels as if creation is out of control. Until mankind accepts responsibility for its participation, it will continue to feel haphazard and potentially deadly. Life is meant to be experienced full on. Where that full-on is focused determines the course your life takes. Until recently, man has looked to authority for methods, rules, and benefits. This is a dismantling. We've said this before, yet you are in the middle of it now. As your world lets go and rebuilds, there will be disruption. This is not to say that no one is to blame for events. It is to point out that you all have a part in their creation. What you witness now is an amplification of your power. You are here to learn how to harness and utilize your creative potential. It is time to take your head out of the basket and share what you know. Believe. Intend. Expect. Create. In no time before this have your thoughts been so supported by the field in which they exist. You are accomplishing this shift on your own. So many souls wanted to be here for this. You are. Step into your power and create. The force in place to stop you is being removed. There is nothing in your way that will prevent you from accomplishing what it is you intend to accomplish. You are love in human form, and by enclosing your creative power with compassion, your world shifts. What you are doing has never been done here. You are in for such a treat. Thank you. Source: arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.